Hey, hi. I'm excited to share with you this news. Tesla delivers a record 310 vehicles in a difficult quarter. So this is quarter one. I think this is their best ever results, hitting past 300. I think they hit past 300 in Q4 last year. So this is the first quarter they hit the second time 310, showing a consistency in this difficult environment with supply chain crisis and spike in commodity prices, especially aluminium and nickel as well, which aluminium is used for the body parts for Tesla, and nickel and cobalt would be used for, and lithium as well, would be used for the batteries. Um, the reason, as you can see, GM, Ford Motors, and all that, they are closing down or they are like shutting down plants or shutting down certain parts of the plants because of supply chain constraint. Whereas why is Tesla are able to still even able to deliver more than their quarter four and quarter three and quarter two last year. Let's look into the competitive edge that they have. I just want to show you a couple of things. Is as you can actually the um cold cars, ice cars, right? They actually have about 200 over moving parts. And then so whereas Tesla, they generally have around 20 moving parts, and they are using these casting methods. So one of the casting methods is of course to reduce, like for example, in Model 3 the rear underbody left is made of 70 different metal parts, but Tesla managed to change that into just two big parts in Model Y. So that streamlined the manufacturing flow, and make things, you don't have to nuts and bolts onto to those 70 parts. You just basically cast them, and it could be just as strong. So this is one thing that you need to take note on, simplifying manufacturing as well. And definitely Tesla is one of the few companies that have their own manufacturing plant. Like unlike Neo, for example, they will outsource. They will have contract manufacturers for the vehicles. They just do the design, and that's all. So this is another thing that is quite interesting on their aluminum casting methods. And take note that they also have their own in-house lithium battery plant as well. Usually it's located next to the manufacturing plant of the vehicles. So um, so that's just a couple of things that you need to take note. Then yeah, just now, I just want to reiterate this. While gasoline-powered vehicles typically uses 300,000 components, EV requires about half as many, and then the entire drivetrain of an electric car employs fewer than 20 moving parts. So this is another. Tesla vehicles have an average of 17 to 18 pieces in their powertrain compared to 200. So yeah, so you can see the competitive edge electric vehicle has, in particular, in-house design, in-house manufacturer like Tesla. So so this is just an article that shows that Tesla is definitely way ahead in terms of having the beginning of the S curve to replace ICE vehicles, and even beat other EV competitors as well, who are struggling to even start to produce 100,000 a year. And then there you go, Elon Musk is actually doing 300,000 per quarter, and that still haven't counted in their Berlin Giga factory that just been built. They have just started one line for Model Ys. There are still a couple of lines yet to do, and then you got the Austin that in Texas that's going to be going to be open pretty soon. I think middle of April. So in and other things whereby Tesla were quick and nimble to change direction to navigate themselves out of the supply chain crisis. For example, they cut a steering component to deal with chip shortages and all that. and still manage to push out the car ready and able, good on the road. So these are the advantage of a CEO, whereby who is also a hands-on CEO, who is also an engineer. So yes, Tesla cuts a steering component from some cars to deal with chip shortages. So that's all these little things, little efforts that they put in, that you can see. It's an amazing first quarter car deliveries from their two existing factories, one in Shanghai and the other one in California. Yeah. So why Tesla saw as other components struggle to make cars. This is a very interesting article. You should look at it as well. GM and Ford closed one factory after another after some months because of shortage of computer chips. Even Toyota did the same, but yet Tesla racked up record sales quarters and after quarters, and ended the year to having sold nearly twice as many vehicles it did in 2020. So if you can see, if they are doing so well during a recession, and what's the potential like, if the economy really rebound and there's no war and COVID is back to, and life is back to normal, and everyone's discretionary income is back to normal as well, and willing to spend, the confidence level in the market is there, then I can just imagine Tesla will fly. Yeah. So other interesting articles, I will do a separate video about their Tesla's Elon Musk, other great companies, which is their affiliate company called the Starlink, SpaceX, that owns Starlink. So okay, this is one thing about some recent news. They are no longer under the EV rebate program, but I don't think it will affect consumers' decision in either deciding whether to buy or not to buy Tesla. Anyway, as I think you have seen my previous episodes, there is been a surge of demand, over 100% order increase since the gas spike in all those petrol station and gas station. So it's because of the cost of the increase in the cost, selling price of Teslas. It hit past the threshold of rebates are only available for cars price up to 45,000, and if it's a SUV, not more than 60,000. Yeah, letak sini. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So Tesla will get a big win. Thank you. Thank you. Tesla gets a big win that may cost legacy car makers millions. So this is another thing that they are doing so well in terms of the manufacturing side. As you can see in the P&L of Tesla as well, there's no marketing cost. Basically, the car sales by itself is very rare. If you can see many companies in their P&L, they will always have marketing expenditure, or even dealership expenditure as well, whereby there's middlemen. Tesla basically have little to none on this section of expenses. So basically just based on Elon Musk's tweak and his geniuses. So yep, so that's about it for today. I think I just wanted to show you an amazing result. This is what you call invest in companies that have pricing powers, and strive in a volatile, difficult market. So thank you for uh, listening and watching this episode, and please click a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot.